baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say is, then what makes love exception? So why, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how.
Hey, cuties. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oh, this looking like a cutie crew. Members only live. I see all that green on my screen. Hey, cutie crew. Cutie crew, we are meeting tomorrow for our first look at Football Wives, Season 1, Episode 1. The first episode now will be Cutie Crew and Patroni Cuties. Going forward, it will be Patroni Cuties. So if you're not a member over there on my Patreon, please make sure to do so. But let me say some quick hellos now. I do want to drop the link real quick for one person and one person only. If she is still here, Aunt Debbie, click the link. And I will get into a little bit more of why. But I just want you as my co-host, Aunt Debbie. I love you. I know we spoke earlier. Those that are watching, Aunt Debbie will be going in for her surgery on Friday. So please make sure to keep Aunt Debbie in your prayers. The way Aunt Debbie had me laughing on the phone, child, earlier today. Aunt Debbie is something else. You hear me? And that's only if you want to click the link, Aunt Debbie. Hey, Prince of Peace. We'll have time after because I'm just gonna do one hot topic only, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the Huntsville happenings. But shout out to the legend of the mods, Linda Gamble, representing. My co-host is here. Hold on. Hey, Aunt Debbie.
Hey, Chit, how you doing, dear?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining me up here. Now, you know, with my little bossy behind, I was like, Aunt Debbie, keep it easy on YouTube. But I want to hear you tonight. I know everyone in the chat want to hear your thoughts and all of that on the discussion. So I thank you for joining me. I'll have a little more to say. I don't want to get emotional, even though we know everything gonna go as planned. God is in charge, and you're gonna go in there and do that thing and get home and rest, and then enjoy that cruise that you have coming up with the palace. But just wanted you up here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me finish some greetings on Debbie. I see good, bad apple. Good bad apple. I promise you I was giving you until Friday. And if I didn't see you, I was gonna drop in your DMs, child, right over there on Instagram. I've been looking for you, sis. So thank you for being here. And again, I'm just saying some quick hello. Shout out to the cutie crew. Shout out to all of the cutie mods. I see Ludzuan in the building. Aunt Debbie is up on the panel. We got my sis Pink Diva in the building as well. Thank you guys so much for modding for me. The Prince of Peace is here. I wish Terrell, I wish I had I'll do it tomorrow. A screenshot on StreamYard. I got it. But if you guys have not supported the Prince out here in these YouTube streets, please make sure to do so. Caught in the middle got me in a chokehold, okay? I listen to it every day. I do. In the morning when I'm starting up for work. So thank you for being in the chat. Shout out to all the content creators in the chat. Prince of Peace, Aunt Debbie is a content creator. Pink Table Topic is a content creator. Let me scroll down and see if I missed anybody. I'm trying. Oh, I'm scrolling. Okay, I don't see any others on my desktop. I'm not at the bottom. Red Ann is here. Angela Richardson is here. But Lakeisha is here. But if there are any content creators that's in the building, shout out to you guys. Keep up the good work. Z Frenchie is here. Veronica Monroe. See, this why I don't start. This why I try not to start saying hello, child. Because you guys know I got my special way of saying hello. But thank you, thank you, thank you to each of you. Currently, it's 339 of you joining me. If you can please hit the like button on your way in, I would truly, truly appreciate it. Let me say this to those that like to stay in the bushes, child.
Y'all came here to be spectates, whatever the word is. I probably want to respect that.
Spectacious. I appreciate you. If you spectacious, just go ahead and hit the like button for me. Hey, Reese's. Okay, Aunt Debbie, I'm going to discuss one quick hot topic, and then we're going to get into some Huntsville happenings. The bird came out the chirp, child. We're going to talk about that. And then we know Melody Shari and her lawyers ain't playing with old Scoop, Ball, Head, Earth, Martell. They basically the whole document. Shout out to True from TV, but basically the whole document they was just telling him to go sit his ass down somewhere. Basically, so we're gonna get into that as well. But we discussed yesterday the passing of John Amos. John Amos, actor, father, all of the above. And I mentioned to you guys in my live yesterday that I knew that there was some family drama, that had been going on probably for the last year between the son against everybody. Okay. Well, come to find out, the announcement was made yesterday that he had passed. So everybody thought that he had just passed away. Then we discovered he passed back on August 21st. Well, he passed away, but his daughter was notified when all of us were notified yesterday through the media. The brother didn't say anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up this quick copyright disclaimer just because I'm sharing this from Neighborhood Talk, and I want Aunt Debbie's opinion and you all's as well. he had him cremated 9 days after he passed. And again, his daughter, I believe it was only the son and the daughter. I'm not sure if it was more kids, but the daughter did not know that her dad had been cremated or passed away. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. Rest in peace again. And I'm gonna give my thoughts on the son once we're done. But I'm gonna go and play, and I don't even know if I can listen to it, guys. I'm gonna try to read it because the song reminds me of my daddy. But let me click like.
Hey, Daddy, you ready?
Okay. So I'm gonna play a little bit. This is the daughter, and I'm gonna read what she had to say. Let me make sure they didn't do. Yeah, they didn't. And then we'll go to the goddaughter who came out today and said something as well. But I'm gonna play a little bit, but I'm gonna have to mute it because again, this song does something to your girl.
And I knew. Can I get your stand? I was lost if I could get.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute it. But this is the daughter with her father. With her father, and she's been fighting for quite some time. She has accused the brother of, you know, ABUs against the dad and taking advantage of him, because he was sick and unable to do for himself and all of that. So she says that I am without words. Our family has received the heartbreaking news that my dad, John Allen Amos Jr., transitioned on August 21st. We are devastated and left with many questions about how this happened 45 days ago. Learning about it through the media, like so many of you. This should be a time of honoring and celebrating his life. Yet we are struggling to navigate the wave of emotions and uncertainty surrounding his passing. Still, there is some semblance of peace in knowing my father is finally free. My family and I deeply appreciate the outpouring of love, calls, texts. Please continue to hold our family in your thoughts and prayers. Now, I'll just show a little bit of the goddaughter, but she said the same thing. She has questions. She's wondering why the family was not notified and claims that his son, KC, suffers from mental health issues and addiction. And they suspect these actions may have been taken to alter potential wills and collect life insurance. So that's low down and that's dirty. Aunt Debbie, give me your thoughts on that. How can a person do that? And just give me your thoughts on Debbie.
Well, with him suffering from mental issues, addiction, these people do a
Mhm.
whole lot of things, you know. People in their right mind, you would think they would do right by a person, you know.
Mhm.
But some people just evil, and even though they ill and have other problems, some things are just in them. You know,
Mm.
I can't say why he did it, but it was such a low down thing to do. And you reap
Mhm.
what you sow. You reap what you sow. That'll come back on him. You know, that's your
Mhm.
father. You should have gave him the best, and let the sisters be in on it, the God sister. And where
Mhm.
were these people? They should have been looking at himself and making sure things were in place. You say that's your dad and you just heard about it. Well, why weren't you
They
seeing about him years,
they
a
weren't
month ago? They were?
they weren't they weren't allowed. So again,
Oh, they
this has
weren't allowed.
right. This has been an ongoing battle between the brother and the sister, well documented. And back then, and I'm going off the top of my head, but almost I say up to a year ago, she was saying that he made it to where he was his power of attorney, which means he, is able to make all decisions even while living. It's another word that she used back then, but he wouldn't allow her to see the dad. Go
He
ahead, Aunt
wouldn't
Debbie.
have kept he wouldn't have kept me from my dad. It's one
Mhm.
thing to be over somebody's power of attorney or whatever you want to be. but it's another. You can't keep me from seeing my dad. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be honest. Where there's a will, there's a way. But that
Mhm.
brother, he gonna suffer for that. Ain't no good gonna come of that.
Mhm.
That's a sad state for John Amos, to be in, that his son did him like that. You know,
Mhm.
what's so deeply rooted in him that he hated this man to do him like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's some issues there, that's just sad, that's sad. I would
Yeah.
I can't see people doing nobody like that, Can't see
Mhm.
nobody doing nobody like that. But people, they have their own agendas, and when they think it's some money involved or whatever,
Mhm.
they'll do some serious things to get it, like keep the daughters away, or just like he did. The lady said she just found out when we did. That's her
Yep.
father.
Yep.
Why, what kind of monster is this brother?
Yeah. And that's what he is on Debbie. And I'm just going to say it. Let me read Tamika's comment real quick. Tamika said, after the daughter claimed elder abuse, that's exactly what she did claim, Tamika. The son isolated the family. He was the only designated beneficiary. So that's evil. I don't blame the daughter at all. But I tell you what, I would have been in that house with my daddy or in jail. That's it. I bet you I would have got to him somehow, some way. And you're absolutely right, Debbie. Um, he'll never have any luck. It was somebody in the comments that said, and I thought I clicked like, but they said something like the same thing, you think you're doing all of this and sneaking and doing this or whatever. God sees all, and that's who he's gonna have to pay for what he did, It is so cruel. And yeah, yeah. So that's what it is, Sonny Golden. Thank you so much. Conservatorship. But he did it in a way where he sort of made himself that. So we'll have to discuss this. We'll do like a cutie crew members only or regular live, and we'll discuss this. I'll go back and make sure I have all the videos. But there were videos out here, where he was putting his dad on camera while he was sick, and so he stole that title. Thank you, Red Ann. Conservator. Yes. He stole that title. It really, really is, LaDon. Look, Flojo, people know. I'm looking at it right now. Just look down when I saw your comment. I got a daddy's girl tattoo on my left wrist with a heart. Daddy's girl from the time I was born, and still after he's gone, nothing. You are absolutely right. Nothing would have stopped me, but we can't blame her. That's sad though. That's sad. So, prayers going up to the family. I just wanted to bring it to you guys because we spoke about it yesterday, and that's tough. That's tough. And I wouldn't be done with his ass. Period. Um, but Debbie, we're gonna keep this thing on moving. Shout out to you guys. 600 of you watching. Hit the like button. Drop down. We do not bite. We don't bite. So drop down in the comments and join us in this conversation. But there's been a bird child that's been chirping or came out and did a little chirp chirp. And we're gonna talk about that real quickly. Real quickly. So we got Ariane on the screen, and she came out yesterday with a subliminal, and people have been trying to piece together who she could have been talking about. Now, based off of her history, we know that her only concern has been male. But she said, I know, and you guys can't see that. Let's see if I could click it, if it'll take it to that. It's not. But let me stop sharing. I'll put that up and then I'll bring her back up. Let's see. Hold on, good bad apple. I see ya. And Aunt Debbie dropped down. Aunt Debbie, you had a slight echo. So come back up. But I am gonna drop the link again as well, and then I'll pin it. Because we are at the Huntsville happenings portion. So we're gonna talk real quickly about Ariane. Then we're gonna get into these court documents. And Sammy, I thought I said T from TV. Did I say something differently? But shout out again to content creator T from TV. She's been doing the damn thing. She's been the one that's been coming out here lately with the breaking news when it comes to a lot of the court documents when it comes to love and lock up Huntsville. And she's the one that came out with the documents with Mel's I don't want to say countersuit, counterclaim, but we'll go over that. But anyway, Aunt Debbie, okay, Aunt Debbie is back too. Hold on, good bad apple. You guys hold on. But let me go ahead and read this. And she said, I know the last laugh. Hate to see me coming. She said, a cackle. Cause I'ma let God humble you. And as I just mentioned, my first thought was this chick out here still concerned about Melody Cherie. But then I said, now wait a minute now. Could she have possibly, and I doubt it, came up out of her deep, deep sleep that she been in for the past 10 years? And if she didn't see this the other day, I'm gonna go ahead and play it for her again, because this is the only person that I feel like she should have the last laugh on. And I'm gonna play again just for her recollection. Why? So a cackle, cause I'm gonna let God humble you. You should be talking to none other than Martell Holt. Let's go ahead and refresh her memory real quickly. I'm gonna have to play stop, play stop.
Other woman. Was it also something about her? Was that ever a part of it?
Pause real quick for YouTube purposes. But AC, if you're listening, child, and if you want to get a cackle, like you said, and if you want the last laugh, Dr. Francis asks your baby daddy, was there something about her other than being readily available every time, he came over there to do his due? And again, just to refresh your memory, this is what he said. Let me turn this all the way up. This for AC.
And no, she was a peasant. She was a peasant. She was a peasant. She was a peasant. Wow, you really said that? Yeah.
All right, now we laughing, AC, because Martell just did. Look at the smile on his face, child, after he called you a peasant. After he called you a peasant. So if you gonna let God humble somebody, it definitely should be him. But let's play a little bit more again.
What does peasantry mean to you?
Low class.
Child.
Yeah.
Low class with a smile. With a smile. Low class peasant. See, we've been just saying peasant for years, but this man said low class peasant. So I would hope if she's been sitting back waiting to get the last laugh, that it's going to be against him. Because when it comes to Melody Cherie, joke has always been on you, AC. From the time she was with him until now, this man is clowning in court, and we're going to hear a little bit about that because of one thing. He want her back. So the joke has always been on you. Mel has always really been laughing at you. And guess what you and Martell caused her laughter to do? Laugh her all the way to the bank. Ain't no humbling Melody Cherie. I'm just going to let you know. Maybe, somebody needs to let you know. You can't humble her at all. Go over there on them TikToks. Look at some of them live videos. That's humbling you. You know what I'm saying? So again, I get the consensus that she can't shade Mel ever in life. She can't shade Mel ever in life. Ever. Now go out there and hit the Powerball or some shit like that. And you know what I mean? Then you able to, like Aunt Debbie told me on the phone earlier. Aunt Debbie said she didn't even got no damn phone. How she posted? Yeah. So we'll talk about it. We're gonna start now. Hold on, good, bad apple. Aunt Debbie was here first. Aunt Debbie, like I told you, I think that she went to a local library, used their computer and Wi-Fi and dropped that there. But baby, ain't no humbling coming when it comes to Melody Shari at all. So she gotta be talking about Martell. You think it's Martell, Aunt Debbie?
It might be Martell, but she need to talk about her damn self. Humble yourself. How about that? Go over there and get you a job so you can buy you a phone. So you can pay for Wi-Fi. So you don't have to go to the library or steal the neighbors. How about that?
Not the neighbors, Aunt Debbie. Ooh, child. Go ahead.
Y'all better look around. Go look up there and see who's stealing your Wi-Fi. It might be Ariana. What a that girl. Who's she humbling? How's she gonna humble somebody? Now, till she get a job and make a stand for herself, she don't need to talk. Cause Melody work. Mel work for everything she got. Didn't nobody give it to her. Martell ain't made Mel. Mel, God made Mel. Mel is working hard so her kids can have. Ariana need to follow suit. She waiting on Martell and she been waiting 10 years and we see what that got her.
Facts.
Nothing.
Fact. Right.
Teresa.
Humble your mouth and get them braces. Go ahead, Aunt Debbie. Ooh, child, Teresa. Go ahead, Aunt Debbie.
You know, really, humble yourself. You sitting over there, you've been with this man 10 years, you don't have a phone. He get a car, he's gone. Everywhere you move, you get put out allegedly, in my opinion.
Child.
You don't have no 401k. You can't even take care of yourself with basic needs. You waiting on him to do that. What that say about you?
That's right.
So I don't want. She can't humble Mel. See, that's how people think that don't want to do nothing. They mad because another person doing something.
And you know what? And you know what? It's also that she's just as obsessed with Mel as Martell. You know what I mean? She's proven that. She's proven that. But go ahead, Aunt Debbie. Then we're gonna get to good, the bad apple.
She over there being obsessed with Mel. She need to do something about self. That's what she need to be thinking about. Getting some mental help. Mel don't need her to do nothing. Mel not thinking about her. She need to quit thinking about Mel and go help herself. Do something for own self. Get up and do something. I don't want. She can't talk about humbling nobody. She shouldn't even wrote those words.
I agree. All right, excellent points, Aunt Debbie. And I totally agree. Let me go ahead and put this background up. Okay, there we go. I totally agree with you. It's comical to me. So, you know, I was peeping in a couple bushes being spectacious yesterday and caught the, you know, what she put. And I just laughed. She talking about she cackling. I cackled because girl, the joke has been on you for 10 years. I would have to. Not that I really have to, but I will have to come out and show the people what I've been up to. Yeah, I done balled out of control. I'm a boss. I'm working. I done moved. I got my kids. I'm in school again. All of that. I be doing every damn thing. But as long as she keep her focus on him, she gonna be stuck. But good, bad apple. Where you been, sis?
Ooh, I had to take a social media break because I got real busy. I was just behind, and yeah, I had to push back from social media and really put my nose to the grindstone.
Understood.
For a few days.
Understood. And you feeling better? Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of
Okay.
caught up, but mentally, I gotta say, there is a big benefit with breaking from social media. I feel
Absolutely.
so refreshed
Mhm.
mentally.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been missing y'all
Look,
too.
yes, and I was gonna be like I said, put another APB out, but before I started my YouTube channel, Good Bad Apple, I used to make sure to unplug. And when I say unplug, I used to what is it when you take your Facebook completely offline where people can't even search or message you, and I can't
You
think of it now.
disable it. You just disable.
I used to disable everything, and you're right. It is so refreshing. So, welcome back. But we are only on the bird. If you want to give me your thoughts on the family of John Amos as well, and then once we swing it back around, that's when we'll read these documents and discuss what Mel and her lawyer had to say to Mr. Martell. But what are your thoughts on the bird? Did you hear about her and see her little
Yeah,
post?
yeah, I did. And I mean she can't possibly be talking about Mel being humbled or letting God humble Mel, because God has really been very good to Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Um you know, and that, like I said before, I'm not really religious, but it looks like God, Mel has God's favor based
Mm-hmm.
on what we can see.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to even talk about her doing anything productive, because we know she can't. We know she don't have the capacity to do anything productive, like, level up her life, like, the things that Aunt Debbie was talking about, like,
Mm-hmm.
I will have to pop up and show people, or I don't know, maybe it was you mentioning popping up and
Mm-hmm.
showing people how well you've been doing
Yes,
lately.
ma'am.
We know
Mm-hmm.
that don't apply to her, because we
Yeah.
know that's not what she does. We know she don't have that capacity.
Yeah.
But it's like, last laugh how? Because Martell has no motion. He's struggling with 5 kids. He's pursuing money from his ex.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, that is what this is all about. Like we said before, he saw that TikTok live and he got so in his feelings about Mel making money, Mel having a team, even Mel getting the attention of males, attention of men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's responding, to push his way into her finances. That's all that is. And
Well,
if
hold on before you get to what's in the court docs. So I wanted
yeah,
your take. Yeah, go ahead on the
yeah,
AC
I'm
part.
not talking about. I'm just talking about her capacity to even have the last laugh on anything, because
Mm-hmm.
the show is on its last leg. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
season it is, but it's like almost 8 seasons in now, love.
Yeah. Yeah. And she been there before.
Whole lot of money. It's not like you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be collecting a big check from Love and Marriage Huntsville. You just now have been able to show your face, even, from the short time that we have left of seeing this show. The show is about to end. Martell is about to be completely unemployed. And you're
Yeah.
basically waiting on him to win against Mel, because that's really the only financial gain that he has in sight, which is never going to happen because he doesn't have the receipts. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
how last laugh how? That's all. That's it. That's my question. I always end up with questions. Well, how?
We are exactly. There is no humbling. And thank you for saying what you said when it comes to us being on the outside looking in and the blessings that God has bestowed upon Mel. He's definitely blessed her. And I think he's blessed her even more based off of the Bird and Martell. You know what I mean? So yeah. And look, either come out, it's how social media, do what you want to do. But she needs to humble herself, like Aunt Debbie said. Humble yourself and move on. Move on from the subliminal messages and the bullshit and anything concerning Martell and Mel. Move on, you know? So I do think that it was to Mel, but again, girl, the joke, we been laughing. Mel been laughing. You know what I'm saying? So excellent points. Good, bad apple. LaDawn, before welcome to the panel, LaDawn and Gigi. But let me share this real quick, because when you go back and watch, you guys know we watch Love and Marriage Huntsville at the Let Loose Lounge season 1. And once you do that, YouTube just starts putting, more and more and more clips in your algorithm. I was laughing. Hey, Black Titanic. I was laughing because I was going through the comments to see, because this was 3 years ago. I started my channel 2 years ago. But just to see if I could see you all's name. I saw Simone over there cutting up 3 years ago. But you guys remember this. This is when Mel and Martell went to, so this is for the people that try to say that there was never an attempt by Mel when it comes to co-parenting and therapy together and all of that. So they were still cordial. They went and met up. Mel let him know that she found this lady. She read the reviews. This was after, and I think this may be the next episode, guys, that we watch, because this was after Martell met with Dr. Francis. He didn't feel like Dr. Francis was on his side enough. He said after 40 years, Dr. Francis should have been able to relate to something. But the most heartbreaking part for me, and I honestly did tear up a little bit. And it wasn't because Martell got choked up, it was the conversation. But I want to, you guys see it where I have it paused. If you can see the closed captioning, it says, like, right now, I don't feel like our kids need counseling. They are divorced. The kids didn't had a baby dropped in their lap. This man then was saying, I don't feel like our kids need counseling. But I want to get to the part where Martell was talking about how he can no longer do for his children. But Mel let him know, look, they do need counseling. I got a 5-year-old singing about heartbreak. Mariah has become a lot more quiet and reserved. Tank is mad because he was seeing Mama cry and all of that. All of that is in this clip. If you guys want to repost it, I will. But let's get to this part real quick, because Good Bad Apple, you mentioned him not being able to take care of his children. And I want to play a little bit, but I also want to play the part where Mel said, again, I got to be careful because this is YouTube, but let me see. Let me see where we are.
Get them back, and it's that day of.
Okay, that's when she was talking about how he didn't care about the kids. He was supposed to pick them up on his day. He never did, and blah, blah, blah. But right here, no excuses, but I'm going through a lot financially.
But I'm going through a lot. Financially, I'm not doing as good. Mm-hmm. And then I'm getting my children.
Okay, I gotta pause YouTube purposes, but it's what he had the nerve to say to Mel right here. She was just shaking her head. She wasn't disagreeing or anything. He got upset. Let's take another quick look.
Stop, like, don't shake your head. Like, this is just take it in. Oh, you said a lot with that head shake. But
okay, let me speed it up some, because child don't want to get no copyright, but let's go.
Mm-hmm. Not working as much, and I'm getting my children. Since I haven't always done so much with them. Yeah. And then I get to a point where I can't do as much with them. You follow me?
Now, if that's not a woman that wants the best for him, wanted the best for him, even after he broke up their family and all of that, she started crying and everything. Okay, I'm gonna take that off. But that's to what you had to say, Good Bad Apple. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Again, we are diehard fans. We know this show, this scene, everything that's been going on. And yeah, I do think that the moves that he's making right now is financial. That's just it. That's all. And it's very telling that he made sure to file that lawsuit last week after seeing or pocket watching her from her TikTok video. But Mel was a writer for Martell and wanted the best for him. I should have played. Let me go back real quick. I'm sorry, guys, because I want to play the part of her in her confessional. But Martell got choked up. He went to go get Mel some napkins because she teared up. Let's take a look. Shout out to the 1K watching.
I don't. No, I'm sorry. Anytime you've been with someone over 14 years, if struggle doesn't make you feel some kind of way, then you never cared for them to begin with.
And I'm going to stop right there. So again, that's for everybody that be out here yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping. And Mel was so wrong. And Mel had to protect her heart. Okay. And that's what she doing in these documents that I'm going to read in a minute. But she wanted the best for him in spite of. So, I would just like those that be coming out here and trying to make us believe that things have been different. And this man was so in love with AC and all of that. No. But Good Bad Apple, thank you for that. LaDawn, your thoughts on Ariane Curry coming out. Do you think it was towards Mel? Do you think it was she finally then woke up and it's for Martell?
Well, I would hope it was for Martell, for Hotel, but because it would be delusional for it to be for Mel. Okay. It would just really show that, like you said, Chicha, after all these years, you're still stuck in that place. And and you also said it with the Dusty situation. If she can't, after all these years, step out of herself and as a woman see F Mel, see how she's being treated and how she wasn't protected and dogged and dragged and tricked, and how she was willing to do certain things for love for a man that treated her as such. It's unbelievable that you're still in that same sick, delusional way. So I would hope, like I said, it's for Hotel. But then again, coming from her, she is the bird. Um, and I think she's a female narc, in my opinion. And I don't think she really sees, I think she's another one of them. She did this to me, so I feel like I have a right to do these things when nothing was done to her, not from Mel anyway. But in her mind, like Hotel, oh, y'all seen what she did to me, or some old dumb stuff. Like how he said on Queen Sheba, she did this to me and she was bullying me, so I did this. No, that's not how the real world work. And that's gonna be a continuation on how I feel about the court records. So that's all I gotta say about the bird.
Okay, and excellent points. I agree with you. Look, I don't care for. So it's not like I'm holding out any hope or anything like that for her. But sometimes we just look at situations, especially when we're women, for other women. And it's like, damn, you know what I mean? You didn't had a disappearing act, been gone for forever, for whatever reason. And when you pop out, it's on BS, again. It's her social media page. She can do what she want, but I'm not coming out showing a toe unless I got it going on, unless I have relieved myself of this man who will, if you listening, Ariane, somebody clip this and send it to her, that man will resent you for the rest of your life. Because
Already do.
what you represent to him, because he's a narc, so he's not gonna blame himself. And she know this. She's experienced this, so I don't really have to say it. You represent his failures. You represent him being down at the bottom, can't provide for himself, can't do much with the kids. You represent him losing his wife and his family. Although it was the both of you, you represent that. And I know she's heard this. And if she ever come out and be truthful, and if she ever come out and direct that anger towards the person that she should and free herself, she can tell us that too. She's heard this. She's heard this. Any man that will call you a low class peasant will never look at you as anything other than. Now, he just got in-house, not in-house, because they don't live together. They are not married. I saw somebody in the comments ask that. But now he just got more access to you because of that child that you had on purpose, that you said you wouldn't have done because you see it didn't turn out the way that you thought it was. So, yeah, he going to resent her for the rest of her life. And if she don't free herself, I don't know what to tell her. There is no prize in this situation. Even if he was to marry her, there is no prize. He's been with you for a decade. Again, he called you what he called you. He's been with other women since his wife out in public, not you, unless you sneaking. And yeah, Martell will never be the prize, ever. But she thinks so. So it's crazy. We're going to get Gigi and then we're going to go ahead and get into these documents. But if you guys can hit the like button for me, I would appreciate it. Thank you, LaDuan. All right, Gigi, your thoughts.
Hey, ladies. I
Hey.
hope y'all can understand. I've been kind of a little bit under the weather a little bit, but today is a good day. um, so I was kind of figured. I was up last night, and when they said she came out, I was hoping that she was talking about Martell, and I'm still hoping that she was talking about Martell. I don't know where she's been, but this has been a long time. We can all play the fool for somebody for a long time, but at some time, you got to realize,
Yeah.
man, I got to let
Yeah.
this go. But it's ironic that both of them came out after TikTok. Both of them. She came out because somebody said that after, I don't know where I saw this at, but somebody said, here come Ariane right after TikTok. Somebody also said, here come Martell right after TikTok. And they both came out after TikTok. But I want to go back to the humbling part of it. God humbled Mel a long time ago. When Mel she lost her entire family on nationwide TV. So if you talking about God is going to humble you, Mel said, God said go. And that's why I left. Because he humbled her. But the difference is she listened. She listened to what God told her to do. Mel says all the time, I don't do nothing until God tell me to do it. So if that's why I'm saying, I hope she's talking about Martell. Because when you come to Mel, Mel always said, I live by God's divine intervention. She say that all the time. So she got to be talking about Martell being humble, because it ain't Mel. Because we all know that Mel talks about the good Lord, and her mother speaks about the good Lord all the time. See, Mel and Miss Van don't go after nobody. They all come after them. And God just elevate, 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 and elevate. But see, right now, they are getting a little tired. Miss Van getting tired, Mel getting tired, because you know what? They saying, okay, God, we're standing here, but they still coming after us. So I pray that she was talking about Martell, because she can't be talking about Melanie Shari, because God humbled her before she left that house. Now the thing is, I'm gonna say this, Ariana, and I hope somebody clip this and give it to her. Yeah, you thought you were gonna be rich because that's what they had. See, you cast your hat on the wrong. You cast your hat on the wrong person. See,
Yes,
you thought
ma'am.
Martell was the brains and he had it all, but he didn't. I'm gonna say this: he didn't, and some things they did together, but he lost it. He lost it all for you. He lost it all for her, for Arion. He chose. He said, "I want you both." But Mel said, "Nah, I'm out. You can keep her." Mel
That's right.
gave him her and left. So whatever life they have, whatever financial situation they have, he said, "I want you both." Mel said, "I'm out." So you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why she keeps getting all this smoke because she let you have him. She left. She left. So all of these ditzy broads talking about Mel had it this and Mel had it that. Whatever she had, she said, I don't want it. I'll go build it by myself. And
That's
that's what
right.
she did. She left. But that's the sad part about that. But until you do right by the good Lord, Martell and Arion, you're going to stay in that ditch. Because when you dig a ditch for one
Right.
person, my mama always said, you better dig one for two. And for this case,
Say it.
Arion and Martell keep digging their own ditches by messing with God's people.
Say
See,
it.
I don't talk about pastors, whether they good, bad, or indifferent, because I don't know what God has for them. I don't put my mouth on a lot of people because I don't
Mm-hmm.
want none of that to come back to my family.
That's
So
right.
Arion and Martell, y'all need to get together, pray together, figure it out, break it up, do whatever you need to do. But keep your mouth off of Melanie and Miss Van. And I guarantee you, if you get yourself get a job at this point,
Do something.
whatever you
Do
feel like
something.
you need to do. But see, Ariane, while you're talking about God is humbling you, if you are talking about Mel, baby, I would have been in my house, sitting on my TikTok with my Airy boutique, figuring out now how she do this. Well, who she talk to? Where she go?
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna figure this out for myself. I'm finna do what Melanie did. I'm finna do what Stormy did.
She
I'm
can't do
finna do
that.
something else. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull myself up. But see, her mama didn't teach her how to do that because that's why she don't know how to do it. See, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Van graduated when Mel was in high school. She went back to college. Mel
She
saw
sure
her
did.
mama work hard. Ariane mama ain't teach her shit, and she don't know how to do it. But at this time and at this age of being a mother, you got a daughter looking at you. You got a
That's right.
daughter looking at you with this bum ass nigga. God forgive me, and please, I know we ain't gonna let
You
loose.
fine. You
Watching
fine. You
you,
fine.
you got a daughter watching you. You have a daughter watching you, Ariane, go after a woman, man that was married. Your daughter is watching you. What you gonna tell her? Oh, it was Mel's fault? Because that child ain't
Right.
gonna be 13 and 14 for that long. So
Forever.
all of this, I am so sick of Ariane. I'm so sick of Martell. And I did say the other day he need prayer. He do need prayer, but he need to pray for it.
Facts.
We can't want him to do better for his life more than he want to do better for his life. He has
Mm-hmm.
2 sons and 3 daughters that's looking at him. And all they
Yeah.
want to do, mail this, mail that, mail this, mail that. We hear people all the time say Mel is a giving person. We heard Shanita said that she got all these kids and Mel sent her $1,000 just to take her kids out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Mel is,
Mm-hmm.
so you talking about humbling? You got to be talking about Martell because you ain't
Facts.
talking about Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
Facts.
talking about Melanie. Melanie is giving money left and right. She give it as fast as she make it. So well, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who they talking about, but I just want to say that.
Well, baby, you said it. You said it. I had to drop in the chat, preach and teach, Gigi. And let me just say a couple things to what you said. You are absolutely right. Um, wow. To lose everything in front of the world and to have to pull herself up from her bootstraps and to see where she is now. What you said and what's on this screen, she listened. And that's Ariane's problem. I'm not going to blame everything when it comes to Ariane on her mama, her grandmama, her aunts, her sisters, because I think they just got tired. I do think that somewhere down the line, somebody tried to advise her against what she was doing. You know what I mean? But she strikes me to be the type where you can't tell her anything. And she was after those riches, not realizing, she drank from the Kool-Aid that Martell was pouring, that he was the brains. And, we see where her brain and his together got them nowhere. You said that Mel and Miss Van are tired, and they are, because we've seen, again, this is to the people that be talking all this stuff. I've seen them take the high road on roads that I know I wouldn't have traveled down. No, I'm gonna get right down there in the gutter with your ass. We've seen them take the high road. And yeah, they are tired now. And sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas, in my Kendrick Lamar voice. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show them. But for the most part, they've conducted themselves with grace and continue to. Martell want to put that the kids can't go see the grandmama. What the grandmama do? Post her damn grandbabies. Negro, if I didn't have your ex-wife, you wouldn't have these kids. Who you think you're talking to? So that's popping out and showing niggas, in my opinion. Look, Mel gave Martell to Ariane with her eyes closed. We didn't heard her say, I took him with my eyes closed. Took him where? To the pole house. That's where you took him. So I was like you, Gigi, because it was the audacity for me. My mind couldn't even comprehend that she was talking about Mel. Gotta be talking about Martell. But we talking about the bird that keeps on chirping, and I don't know if she's there yet. I don't know if in this hiatus that she's taken that somebody then shook her ass, because I told you guys before I would shake her ass. I would shake her like until she gets some sense. I don't know if she got some sense. We don't know who she talking about, but I believe that, knowing her and her track record, yeah, she was talking about Mel. Let me read a couple super chats, and I'm gonna copy off of, let me write these names down. I'm gonna copy off of the lead attorney in a minute, and do something going forward when it comes to super chats or cash apps, because I don't come out and I recognize you guys in the chat, but after and all of that. So I'm gonna do something special. But Daughter of Israel said all of this confusion is because Martell's arse is broke, busted, and disgusted. He needs to use this energy to find a J-O-B. God will sit him down. Watch. And that's where what Gigi just said, Martell needs to go ahead and get down on his knees and pray and ask for forgiveness. I do not feel that what Shanita said was wrong as far as prayers. It was just wrong road at the wrong damn time, because look, this man just took her to court. And I feel still that as a friend, she should have just reached out and told Mel that. I'm gonna be praying for him, girl. He needs some help. And we ain't gonna get into that too much, but it was also the tone, the delivery, and all of that. But yeah, he needs to pray, Daughter of Israel, so God won't sit him down in a way where his ass can't get back up. And I'm not saying unalived, but I'm saying that, yeah, God will make sure your ass hit rock bottom. Rock bottom.
Hey, Chit Chat, can I say something real quick about Shanita?
Hold on one second. You can. So I totally agree with you, Daughter of Israel. And yeah, time for him to sit down. Thank you for the super chat. Flojo, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Gigi.
I wanted to say something real quick about Shanita. I didn't really listen to everything she said. Um, I just had a lot going on, but I wanted to say this. I understood what she said, and I do agree that it was the wrong time. But I also heard Melanie do an interview where she said that she don't really talk to her friends about, a lot of them, they don't watch the show. A lot of them, she don't really talk to them about her relationship when it comes to Martell. So I don't know if that's the thing with her and Shanita. No, I think I think I remember her saying that she did go to Shanita about some things that she needed. But I know when people were saying that her tone is different, Shanita is a Nigerian woman. And I don't, Nigerians sometimes can be bold and kind of, brass and stuff like that. And I think her delivery was wrong at the wrong time. So I do, and some people are just kind of going after, but I think we kind of need to give her just a little bit of grace. And that's all I was going to say.
Excellent point. Yes, and I agree. I agree. Wrong time, wrong road, and for the most part, I don't hate any of these people. I've said that 1,000 times, and I don't hate Martell. But when we see pain, because we didn't have to see Mel's face. Mel didn't have to come out on Instagram the day that she found out this Negro and went down there and filed something else. But I'm sure it's painful. Number one,
Yeah.
damn, I got to pay my attorney for something that shouldn't even be going on. Number two, dude, what is your problem? You got a whole bird over there that be around my kids, and you sitting there trying to act like my kids are upset over anything that may or may not have been going on my end. No. So yeah. And again, Gigi, just pick up the phone and call your girl. Out here on these streets, I would give Shanita the advice: get off of YouTube, and also, just keep it cute. Because it's a lot that maybe she don't know that we do. But excellent points, Gigi. Flojo and Daughter of Israel, if you guys look on the screen, I am copying off of the lead attorney. I'm also sending my prayers up to him. He's been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and he shared his story a couple days ago. I sat through the whole live. It was about 3-4 hours, and prayers going up to him as well. But what he do is he's, people that send a super chat or whatever the case may be, he calls them sponsors of his lives. And I like that. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep this thing moving and get into these court docs. Thank you, Chasing Dreams. I was about to say that she isn't Nigerian. Sorry, I missed that. So Chasing Dreams said to you, Gigi, Shanita does a lot of volunteer work in Nigeria. However, she isn't Nigerian. And I don't want to say it's not in her bloodline or anything like that. I've never heard her say, you know what I mean? She's pure Nigerian, or just speak on that, lineage at all. But keep up the great work, Shanita. I am extending grace. I said my bit on Saturday, and I left it alone since then. And I think that's what she needs to do. Leave it alone. Nikki Nicole, if you don't go away from me with this, soon as I said it, here go Nikki Nicole. This bird is still talking. You guys love that still. But let me remove her. Still, Nikki, still. And Shanita, stop. Just stop. Move on to something else. The temperature and everything will go down. And um, things will settle out. But shout out again to T from TV. I'm not going to put the documents up, but I am most definitely giving her credit. If you guys are not subscribed to T from TV, make sure to subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's been on top of the Stormy and Kyle and all of this. And she came out yesterday and let us know that Mel had a response when it comes to Martell. So I'm gonna go over it, and from almost the second line of this motion to continue, I loved it because there was that clarification. No, sir, it is not Melody Cherie Holt. It is Melody Cherie Rogers, with Holt in parentheses. So we know that he was being petty. Again, coleslaw, hint, hint. He still want to call her Melody Holt. So, if you humbling somebody, it better be your damn self. But anyway, it says, comes now the plaintiff Melody as Rogers by and through undersigned counsel and files a motion to continue the trial set for October the 16th. And as grounds states as follows. So that's as plain as day. And we said this when we read Martell, Flojo, y'all get out of here with that steal. When we read Martell's motion, we knew that what he was trying to do is continue this mess. Push it out, push it out, push it out. They already set for trial October 16th. But it says the defendant's pending criminal case has been rescheduled to December 2nd, 2024, and he will be unable to testify in this case prior to disposition of the criminal case. Number two, that no party in the above styled case action would be unduly prejudiced by a brief continuance in this matter. 3, this motion is not interposed for reasons of delay, harassment, and vexation. Now, we know what delay and harassment means, but let me look this up real quick. And I should have done this, but real quick, what does vexation? Vexation is the state of being annoyed, frustrated, or worried. That's what he's doing, attempting to. But the documents go on. Let me go to this page, and we'll just go through. Child, where's the other page at? Oh, child, let me just bring it up on my phone, because this is crazy. But it says, comes now the plaintiff Melody S. Rogers by and through her undersigned attorney of record and files this, her motion to strike Martell's ass, the defendant, first amended counterclaim and petition for rule nisi, and in support thereof states as follow. 1, that on or around September 26, 2024, the defendant, Martell Holtz, filed a first amended counterclaim and petition. In his petition, the defendant refers to evidence, content, and photos and text messages. Such reference has now been entered into the record absent proper evidentiary procedure. And I want to stop right there, because this really just proves that lawyers will take your money. But it also proved to me that the lawyer gotta be just as dumb as Martell, because Mel's attorneys are right. How are you submitting things into evidence and it hasn't been substantiated? You know what I mean? Whose text messages? What phone? How did you get the pictures? Is it AI? Is it, crazy? So either they're as dumb as him or they're just taking his money. He ain't got no money, so we just can look at the scale there. But it says the defendant's petition contains multiple paragraphs of self-serving, narc-ish. Narc is not in this, but that's what I feel. Self-serving testimony and narratives, inadmissible hearsay, and opinions formed by the defendant, which he is not qualified to testify to. Facts. You going off of hearsay. Because again, dumbass lawyers, we want to know, how do he know what was in the text messages? Which means he's stalking her, harassing her, which is in this document. Got somebody that's tapping her phone or something. How would he know? And he's not qualified to testify to hearsay. Well, my kids told me they woke up, one of them woke up in the middle of the night. They saw mommy on the couch kissing the bodyguard. Just crazy. Anyway, it goes on to say the plaintiff would aver, let me see. AVER, the plaintiff would aver that the defendant is attempting testify without laying the proper foundation or authenticating the evidence. And again, this is where I look at the lawyer who, probably just going to join a long list of attorneys that Martell owe. How did you on September 26th go in there and submit that motion without authenticating the evidence? Or just what Martell was saying. It goes on to say the Rule 12 provides that the court may order stricken from any pleading, any insufficient defense, or any redundant, immaterial, impertinent, or scandalous material. Strike all that shit. Because anybody can see what this man was doing. That's what that's saying. Then it goes on to say that the defendant, first amended counterclaim and petition for Rule nisi filed are due to be stricken from the record. So they want all of that. Just throw the shit out. Just throw it out completely. And that's basically it. So it was an attempt for Mr. Man, while seething, while watching that TikTok and pocket watching and seeing videos of when Mel was on vacation with the kids. And one that came to mind for me is when they went on a helicopter ride and then they stopped them to take pictures. And in that picture was Mel, Jason, Tank, and Boss Baby, if I'm not mistaken. And for Martell, that picture signifies to him the family that he lost. And who is this man, bodyguard, that's standing in my spot? Ain't no spot. Your spot over there with Coleslaw and little Miles Morales. But we gonna swing it back on up to the top. Debbie, I'm gonna save you to the end if you don't mind. But good, bad apple. Your thoughts, on Mel and her attorney clapping back on old scoop ball head ass Martell.
As expected, I knew she was going to respond very soon. I knew that she was going to respond in totality. I mean, very thoroughly. And she did. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. And it is just amazing what this court is allowing. Because how are you allowed to file things without any evidentiary information attached? Like, who does that? Like, where do you get to do that at?
Yeah.
That's my question. Like, what is going on with this court system? I feel like a complaint needs to be filed, a sanction or recusement needs to be filed or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely, I mean, we all knew based on the information that he provided in the filing that there's no possible way you can have any supporting evidence of what you're saying, because you can only be repeating things you heard from the kids, but I don't believe that our kids have said anything like that. I just believe he made up a bunch of stuff. For real, I just believe he made up a bunch of stuff because he got mad at what he saw on Sunday before last. And it just is weird that they are letting him do this stuff and that she has to take her own, money and resources to respond to frivolous things. What I'm glad that she
you going in and out. You said what I'm glad is, and what did you say after that, good bad apple?
That she requested a continuance on her custody case until his criminal case is resolved. Because he's definitely playing, he got a continuance on that because I'm sure he is avoiding the result of that case to keep that case in his, custody case separate. Yeah. So I'm glad that she got the continuance on that, but it's just weird.
It's weird and it's sad, good bad apple, because yes, she's using her money and resources, but again, I always think about the lack of peace that she's able to live. You know what I mean? It's always something with this man, and it's always been something with him. And as we watched in this clip that I showed earlier, she wanted the best for him. She didn't want him to struggle, and that brought her to tears. You know what I mean? That he wasn't able to, or hasn't been still able to provide for his children and all of that. And to see her be there for him in that way after all the shit that he did, and to see what he's continuing to do now, it's sad, you know. And it's again, I just don't see how she's able to have any peace. Absolutely, she has to continue on, and you know, to do well for herself and her children and all of that. But this is always there. You know how, what is the saying, guys, where it's well, on her shoulder. It's not her shoulder, but he's the devil that's on the shoulder. You know how sometimes they say you got an angel on one shoulder so you can do right, and sometimes that devil be on the other shoulder in case you thinking about doing something that you shouldn't be doing. But Martell has been that devil, you know, and I'm tired for her. So it's really sad. Good Bad Apple, you missed out on a couple conversations that we've had about this. We let loose, baby, Saturday night. And yeah, the court system there in Huntsville, Madison County, they need to be investigated, in my opinion. What the hell are you all doing? It's as plain as day. It's as plain as day. This is harassment. This man has brought me back to court month after month, year after year. It's harassment. And why are you guys allowing it? Go ahead, Good Bad Apple, and then we're gonna go on to Luzuan.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, over here you can't get away with stuff like that because they really frown on wasting their time in these Texas courts. They're not trying to play because it's too much on the docket for you to be up here playing in our face.
Yeah.
You know, and something needs to be done. I don't know what. I don't know what she got the, you know, what her options are.
Right.
But I think you should look into it.
Yeah, I agree. And go back and check out that Let Loose from Saturday, because like I said, we let loose about that very thing right there. And yeah, you know, if you got to take it out of Madison County, if that's a possibility, put it in front of another judge, bring in a high powered attorney. I would you know, I would just do everything to stop this shit. I have to be able to move on with my life in peace. I've given him the opportunity to move on in his life. Go head on, you know. But thank you, Good Bad Apple. I have added Ali Netta to my banner. So thank you again to Daughter of Israel, Flojo, and Ali Netta. Ali Netta said hashtag still Ali Netta. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me properly thank you guys as well. I appreciate it. Let's see. We'll do this.
Plenty dollars. Can we get
Thank you, ladies. Tamika said, can they move this case to another county? He knows too many people because he used to work there. We talked about that as well. There seems to be, I don't even want to use the word favor, you know, in this case when it comes to Martell, but there seems to be, to me, some type of assistance or something. They need this Negro. Hold on.
Somebody said
that Apple. Hold on. I'm in the middle of a sentence. Hold on. They need this Negro's picture at the front when you got to walk through the metal detectors. They need, and when they see his ass trying to come through the door, they need to turn them right around. So I don't know. We asked that. Can they move this to another county? I would look into it like Good Bad Apple say. I would weigh all the other possibilities. Go ahead, Good Bad Apple. What somebody say, child?
Real quick, I don't know how true it is, but somebody said that Martell went to school with Judge Allison, whatever her name is.
Oh, child, I don't know. Somebody said that where in this chat?
No, not
Or
in this chat. In another video that I was watching.
oh, okay. That's the
I
first that
saw
I've
it. I
heard.
saw it in the comments, and I was like,
Okay.
I don't know how true that is, but that could really have an effect.
Yeah, yeah. I would well, I don't know. That's the first that I've heard of it. And I don't know. Are they around the same? I don't look up folks, so I don't know nothing about the judge, especially no damn judge. So I don't know, but yeah, they should have been, in my opinion, good, bad apple. There should have been another judge a long time ago because this judge, she favors Martell. She gives him chance after chance. To me, the case is over. Let me bring this picture up because if this is what we ruled for you to do, where is it? Oh, I hate this. I had all these pictures ready. But anyway, it was a picture of him in front of the psychiatric hospital. If we've ordered you to go and have a psych eval and you haven't done it, as a judge, you can't come to me October 14th and you meet with me on the 16th and say, I just got this done on the 12th or whatever the case may be. No, you're not taking it serious and he hasn't done it. This case is over and the mom should have full custody and then try this shit again later on down the line when you get some sense. You know what I mean? Sammy don't believe what? Oh, about the judge. Yeah, I haven't heard that. And yes, MD Hill, thank you for that. Yes, good bad apple. That would have come out in, I'm not sure if it's the discovery phase or whatever the case may be, but that is definitely a conflict of interest and it wouldn't even be allowed. So but we still don't know. But thank you, good bad apple. We're gonna take this thing on over to LaDawn. LaDawn, your thoughts about Mel's counteraction against Martell. Basically, her attorney just said we sick of this Negro. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna say, like I said before, I'm glad Mel's attorney worded it the way he did
Mm-hmm.
because it leaves the judge. How about I'm gonna play devil's advocate? Even if he did go to school with her, it leaves the judge to be accountable because if you don't base the case on the evidence,
Yeah.
then you are willing to get disbarred because they will start investigating you in every case you did. So, like Mel's lawyer said in that paperwork, where you came to file a case with not one shred of evidence, this
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't, I want it erased as if it never even existed. And because he keeps bringing these little frivolous lawsuits, I want something to be done to it once and for all, you know. So I think the judge at this point is going to be held to the fire. She's going to have to do something about this because enough is enough. Enough
Yeah.
is enough. No more. Everything he said has no bearing on her being a great mom, is
Mm-hmm.
affecting anything. How she ain't gonna have a doctor for her kids, but they go to therapy. It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Stupid stuff like that. You know what I mean?
And LaDon, hold on though. Not only they go to therapy, she paying for that out of pocket, been paying for it since the
Bingo.
separation. But these children are in school. Kids gotta have physicals. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? These kids are involved in extracurricular activities. In order for
Mhm,
you to join those tennis teams and baseball teams and
mhm,
everything else, you have to have physicals and all of that.
mhm,
So it's
mhm,
BS. It's BS. Go ahead,
mhm.
LaDon.
Yes, it's BS, and nobody has to keep scheduling nonsense like this in their schedule because somebody wants to be a jerk because his feelings are hurt. The real world does not base every move somebody make on their feelings. So, I really hope that the way, like I said, the lawyer worded it, it really makes the judge be accountable and really make a call. And like Good Bad Apple said, I'm in Boston, and let me tell you, we the city, and he would have been penalized. He would have been incarcerated already from being penalized from abusing the court system. Not only abusing it, blatantly disrespecting him. They told you to do something. They would have gave you 2 times and 2 times only. The third time you would have been penalized.
Yeah.
So
Enough is enough. This is so tiring, you
yes.
know?
Yes.
And we know we have a Cutie Crew sister that is local, lives in Huntsville, and has gone through those very courts, Madison County Court, for the same issues, with her ex-husband and all of that. And she even spoke about, shout out to Red Ann, she even spoke about how trying it was, and they seem to have a thing for any man that come in there and say, I love my kids. You can say that, but your actions are not showing that. And I think that that's what judges really need to look at. Thank you. Who just put that in the chat? And I took a cute little screenshot earlier, if that's possible. But it is DV month. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And thank God, from what we can see, that Mel hasn't experienced the physical part of that. I'm going to say since she left him. I don't know what she went through while they was married. He just strikes me as that type. But, it's scary, and they're putting her life in danger, in my opinion. Were you done, LaDuan?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. I want to say Mary Willis. Thank you, Mary, for the Cash App. I have added you to my sponsors of this live. Thank you so much. And let me properly thank Mary. Which one, child? We're gonna go ahead and do this one.
One last thing for you. Tell them to bring me my money.
Bronze Sugar 2 said, this judge is against Mel. I wonder why. That's what it looks like, and that's what it's been looking like. And I know as we, Cutie Crew and Patroni Cuties, as we continue to watch these episodes, because, I got feelings. So even that scene earlier when she choked up and he choked up, I choked up watching the shit for the second time. But we've seen a lot, and it's a lot out there. So that's what I don't understand. My attorneys will have to introduce all of this shit into evidence, whatever that can be proven. I got video of this man doing this. I got video of this man showing up on dates. I got video of this man questioning my kids and trying to get them to talk about me. Thanks to him, he recorded Mariah and all of that. All of that would have to be introduced, or give me another judge. That's just it. That's all. But thank you, LaZuan. We're gonna go ahead and take this thing over to Gigi. Gigi, and shout out to the 1.2K watching. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button for me. We should have 1,000 likes at least. Even if you spectators, hit the like. But Gigi, what are your thoughts on Mel's response to Martell's frivolous bullshit of a motion from last week?
Mel's response didn't really surprise me at all because I knew he didn't have some of the stuff he was saying didn't make any sense. I was wondering how he was going to have proof of that anyway. And Good Bad Apple is absolutely right. In the state of Texas, so first of all, you're right. Family law attorneys would take your money saying that they could help you, and they cannot, because all family law attorneys is basically taking money off emotions, because that's basically what it is a whole bunch of high emotions. You piss me off, I piss you off, this is what's gonna happen. So that's what they do. But if you just listen to the stuff that he filed, it sounded like he was wilding, like she's doing this, she's doing that. But how did you know all of that? Because that didn't make any sense to me. So when she filed a continuance after court, because they might be sending his dumb behind up the river, because you did what she said you did. Martell is stupid, because even on the interview he did back in January, Tasha K, he said how you can manipulate kids. So he don't think she has that? You don't think that she don't take that to court? And he said all you got to do, it's easy to manipulate kids. She has him on tape.
Was that Tasha K or Queen Sheba?
That was, it could be both.
Okay.
Sure, but I know he said it on top of that.
Queen
But you know
Sheba.
what? Oh, okay. But he said that it's easy to manipulate kids. So even with, I know Tasha K is where he said he hit that child 25 times and somebody said who was counting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said he took it like a G. But then the last one, he just fell. So, Negro, do you know what the hell you saying? That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, so that's why I said, I hope that woman is talking about him and not Mel. But I'm going to say this. In Alabama, they must really hate women, because they didn't hand Destiny her ass.
Mm-hmm. Look at what's on the screen, Gigi. Look at that. What MD Hill said.
Oh, yes.
So
I believe
you're
that.
right. I think so too. Go
That's
ahead.
what I said too. They didn't have this lady with a mug shot. She been arrested at the child's school and all kind of stuff. And that's what he wants. Because if you listen to what he said, I want her civilly and criminally charged, because that's what happened to Destiny. So what he's saying is, the same thing you did to Destiny, I want you to do it to her. That's basically what he's saying. And I'm like, well, damn, they didn't hand Destiny up the river, had a mug shot, and him, he just get the la 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 and keep doing it over and over. But for whoever this attorney is, whoever this judge is, Lord forbid if something seriously happened to, I ain't putting that out there. But Lord, you better be careful. But Mel, I don't think you can move it from her court. But I think I've shared with you guys before, we've had to fight for my granddaughter in the state of Texas. And let me tell you, people may have thought that she was for my son. She handed both of them their asses. She wasn't playing with them at all. And it just ruled in favor because she saw the okie doke. So I'm going to just say that. So that's why Good Bad Apples, they don't play that in Texas. They don't. She just handed them their ass and they had to get it together. But they both stupid. But anyway, I'm just going to, sorry about that. But I'm going to just move on with that. But Mel could, if she does, she can take it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, she can take it to the Supreme Court.
She could take it to the Supreme Court. She could take it to an appellate court. If the judge, she can have it moved. Her attorneys can take it to the Supreme Court. Well, he gonna fold because he can't afford to do that. He can't afford for Mel can afford to keep, or she don't. None of them want to be paying courts and judges money and stuff like that anyway.
Even though she got it,
had to. Yeah, we know
even though she got it, you know.
Yeah. So she can. So at some point, Martell, if anybody listening to this and you hear the sound of our voices, go talk to Jesus. Go figure your life out. Go to counseling. You know what? Get away from people like Ralph. Get away from people like that is not even trying to live their lives the right way. Go be by yourself. Go be one with yourself and try to figure out how to be a good man first. Get away from your mother who's telling you that you are a good man, because you are not. Get away from Marceau, get away from Maurice, get away from Courtney, get away from that Huntsville crew and go somewhere and figure out your life. Go away from here with this and figure out how to be a man for yourself and for your children, because this needs to stop. It is ridiculous. You're facing a custody battle and a criminal battle, dude. And you're on the verge of not even being, you can't even go around Mel right now. I guess allegedly, that's what I heard people say. But if you go to jail for what you did to her, they might tell you then you can't never go around her. So at the same time, you're trying to fight something that you physically did. So just accept it, move on, and get your life together, because this is crazy. That's all I got to say, y'all.
Excellent advice, child. If he listening, excellent advice. And people in the chat said that Martell said that on Queen Sheba and Tasha K. And guess who will have that audio? The court.
Mel. Yeah.
This man, exactly. The court. Here, attorney introduced this as evidence. This is this man saying kids can be manipulated, and that's what he's doing currently. Enough is enough. And thank you, Gigi. Golden Life said Alabama court system seems to be antiquated and backwards, and no for women, good old boy, and not for women, good old boys. Uh-huh. I agree. Let me say this about Texas, though. Naturally, I believe you guys because you live there. But there is one case in particular where they was solely for the man, and that was Dion and Pilar Sanders. They gave that man custody of those children, and in my opinion, it was because he had the fame and the money. So I've
Okay, that's
always
Tarrant. I don't know what good bad apple is, but that's Tarrant County.
it's still Texas, yeah.
It's
Y'all
still
said
Texas.
Texas.
No, it's still Texas, and that was them. But right now, they don't play that no more. They don't play that
Okay.
at all.
And I'm in
Okay.
Dallas County. I'm right next to Tarrant County.
Y'all said Texas. Look at y'all. Y'all said Texas.
No, I know, and you know what?
Y'all
You're
ain't
right.
said
They
nothing
do.
about
They
no
did used to.
county.
No, well,
Huh?
I'm telling you, Chit Chat, you're right. They used to be.
I know.
A lot of people used to say that they used to be all for the mother. That no matter what the mother did or whatever the mother say, Chit Chat. Right now, I hear women saying because they don't want to go to Harris County or Fort Bend County in court here. I hear women saying, he know he got a child. I ain't dealing with none of that down there. Because they don't want people handling, they don't want to have to deal with that. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you guys, first off, I don't have Melanie's mom, but I'm telling you, when we had to help my son fight for my granddaughter, and all he was trying to do was keep her in Harris County. He wasn't trying to take custody. He was trying to keep her in Harris County. That was it. And because he didn't trust the mom that he would be able to see her. So when I tell you, I don't know if you out the back for the first, it's like the first time we went to court just to sit down, it's $3,500. And this was 5 years ago. It's
Yeah.
$3,500. If they go to court, it's
Uh-oh, Gigi. Gigi, are you there?
You got to,
LaDawn?
yeah, I'm still here. Whatever they
Yeah, I'm
do,
here.
they have to
Okay,
pay
go ahead,
for it.
Gigi, and then we're going to go to Ruth. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I was just saying how much it costs. It just costs a lot. It costs a
Yeah.
lot.
And it costs a lot, no matter what state that you're in. You know what I mean? These are
Yeah.
not, speaking of mail, I don't know if Martell on public assistance or not. But yeah,
That don't
it's
matter.
costly. It's costly. And this is
Yeah.
out of pocket. And he don't have it. So that's what really makes me say, dude, what you doing? But S&G is right. She said, don't forget about Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey right there in Texas. And they snatched old Winston up from Marjorie. So, I've been giving Texas the side eye. I get there's different counties. And in their case, they're celebrities with money, and that's a whole different thing. But that never ever set well with me at all. At all. Let me read a couple comments real quickly. Sammy said, I can't see a judge dragging these kids into court to verify Martell's hearsay. Excellent point. And I'm glad that Mel's attorney made sure to put that in there, hearsay. But for me, it is how he's hearing it. He's hearing it because he's questioning his damn kids. Kids can't just come home over to daddies when it's time and get out of school and do their homework and eat dinner and shower and go to bed. No, they got to sit there and it's like he the damn judge questioning them. So it's hearsay, but it's also harassment. You're harassing your kids, trying to pull something out of them, and you shouldn't be. That was in the first documents of Mel and Martell. She can't sit there and question the kids about him. He's not supposed to do it when it comes to her. He's still doing it. So this shit thrown out. Full custody. If I was the judge, he lucky I'm not. Full custody. Because enough is enough. All right, let's see. Mel's lawyer should have added that he is still harassing her. Well, it is in there, Geraldine. In
Yeah.
that first one, I'll read it, but I'm not going to bring it up. It says that this motion is not interposed for reasons of delay harassment, and vexation. So it's in there. It's in there. Roxy said, "Child, stop trying to rationalize with Martell. His issues isn't with other people, it's within himself. He is the issue." Roxy, spot on. He is. And we know that. All of us, we know that. But again, this is what maybe Shanita didn't know. There are times where big debates have happened. Because I said he deserves a little grace. People don't want to hear that shit. And right now, yeah, we don't want to have to ration out things when it comes to what we see and what we feel. And we know that Mel is hurt. Damn, I can't even celebrate this big event that I had, and my children was able to witness greatness and hit his food, huh? So, Good Bad Apple said he can't change without real intensive therapy. He won't do it. I agree. Let's see. Let's see. Facts Queen, but he is such a narcissist. I fear he won't get help and change. I don't even have children, and this is sad and hurtful. It is. All right, couple more, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Sharon King said he is still controlling her life, unfortunately. I am sure Mel blows up with his lies in court, and we as Black women, they see us as aggressive, especially in the South. Now, I get what you're saying, and please believe chit chat will blow the F up in court. I don't get that from Mel. I think that Mel is the type that's going to let her, she's just professional. Even looking at some of these episodes from first season, she was in her 20s, poised, professional. So I don't see her blowing up in court, but that is a good point. They do see us as aggressive. And for this case, if it was me, yeah, I'm really gonna prove them right. Okay, one more. You Too Cute said, will Hotel have to register as an offender after the court hearing in December? I'm not sure. What I do know is they had already ruled that case was over. And if he didn't have to do it initially, I don't think he'll have to do it in December, because he appealed this, and that's why that's still ongoing. And Miss Z, I promise I'm ending it with you. Absolutely. Ludacris and his baby mama in Georgia, Dwayne Wade. So, these men with money, yeah, they've been able to gain full custody of their children. So thank God Martell ass is broke, because ain't no telling what Alabama would have done. I like Dion, yes, but he was wrong. And I'm going to try to find some of my old tweets. Because, baby, I was going at Dion every day while this case was going on. It was sickening. And I'm going to move on, did the same thing Martell did. Dion put a camera in those kids' face and videotaped them filling out a police report with claims against their mother. I will never forget that. It was scandalous. Okay. I just looked this up. Judge. Okay, Dr. Nicole. Hey, Dr. Nicole, I'm looking at my phone. Let me advance the comments and put it on the screen. You said, I just looked up this judge, and she has very bad reviews, all from women. One says, stay out of her court if possible. Wow. Wow, that's very telling. Something needs to be done. But thank you, Gigi. We're gonna move on over to Ruth. I saw Real Talk with Grace and Mercy in the chat earlier. Shout out to the content creators. Black Titanic was here as well. Ruth, you are here and you are up. What are your thoughts on Mel's clapback?
Girl, I was studying and I heard you and the family going on. I said, my God. My thing is, do you remember he recorded the children asking them whether how he's the one who taught them how to drive?
Mm-hmm.
How again do you put it in a petition?
I don't remember that. Anybody on the
He
panel
did.
remember that?
Yes.
He did.
Wow.
He said, who taught you how to drive? The kids said, you. But
Wow.
why? Why are you using these children against their own mother?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And you know, the sad part about the whole thing is
You there, Ruth? Ruth.
can you hear
Ruth.
me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You're breaking out. The last
Oh,
thing that I heard you say, the last thing I heard you say was the sad thing about it is. Go ahead from there.
the sad thing is that Melody has been dealing with this for a very long time, and she did not initiate the problem in the home. He did.
Mm-hmm.
He did. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and not only that, you know, in the middle of a pandemic, he wanted to kill his whole family.
Unalive. Say unalive,
Oh,
and that's
to
alleged.
analyze his whole family
And
just
okay,
because he had to go to the, you know, like at what point do you say this is enough?
yeah.
You know, and to be honest with you, this is what I just think. I feel like at the end of the day, Martell will be caught up. He will be
Mm-hmm.
caught up in the sense of documentation. The more
Mm-hmm.
melody, the more melody provides proof, the more Mattel keeps on fucking up, he will
Mm-hmm.
be caught up. I swear to God. If you remember Alex Maddox in South Carolina, his whole
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
family, his whole family were in the court system for
Mm-hmm.
100 years. A
Yeah.
100 years. I mean, his great great grandfather was a solicitor. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this man was he's saving life.
Yep.
Not only that,
All high profile lawyers, the Murdoch family.
yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not only in South Carolina, but there's another let me just say, let's look at Georgia. Georgia, even though Donald Trump has tried with the Republicans whatever he's trying, they are
Mm-hmm.
closing him in. You've seen the evidence that has come out today. They don't care who
Mm-hmm.
you is, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you know, it is,
Yeah.
you know, enough is enough. Really, I sympathize with Mel.
Yes.
I really don't know where I could turn if, but this girl is so resilient. She is
Yeah.
so strong. She is so strong. And I really don't know where she draws her strength from, but whatever I can do I've tried to order stuff from her. I don't know how to help. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
she needs help
Mm-hmm.
because this
Yeah.
is way too much to deal with a mentally challenged person.
Yeah.
No, mm,
You
I
know what
can
I
tell you.
you know what I wish, Ruth? I wish that there was some type of local women's group that can, number one, bring attention to this, local news pick it up and all of that. If this
Yeah,
judge has bad reviews, somebody locally that can get in front of that courtroom. I wouldn't give a damn if it was holding pickets, what I'm trying to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
and bring attention to this. More needs to happen. So I feel exactly how you feel. If we're
Maybe,
drained,
I mean,
she's drained.
to be honest with you, maybe the millimeters who live close to Alabama, I mean, we can come up with a
Mhm.
GoFundMe to fund their tickets and everything. It's way too much.
Yeah, it is a
Like,
lot. It is.
let these children grow up,
Yeah. Peacefully.
you
Peace.
know,
Yeah.
just because he never had, oh my God, like, I can't.
Yeah.
I really, really,
Sad.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
He is a sad soul.
Mm-hmm. Poor,
Mm,
pitiful, sad soul. Rest in peace to Kiki.
yeah,
Rest in peace to Kiki. But that's what it is. And it's it's hurtful, I get it. A lot of people don't like Mel's support that she get and all of that. But one thing a lot of us aren't is crazy. And we know what we see, we know what we continue to see, we know what we've seen, we know how they got there, and you can't just ignore that. So even for people that's coming out trying to put Ariane Curry on a pedestal like she was something other than what she was is crazy to me.
How do you
Because
put Ariane Carey on a pedestal when this? Excuse me, come on. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
We feel
Come
you, Ruth.
on.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Yeah.
How do you, no matter which way you slice it, it doesn't even help. Okay, Melody has said, okay, I will take myself out and I'll take my children, but I'm willing to share the custody with this man. You can have him, and I will even give him back his name. You still can't go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't. I don't know what kind of a person this is.
Yeah.
You
Low
know,
class. That's what he called her,
very
low.
low class. And to be
That's
honest with you,
what it is.
you know, this is a lesson to all of us, whether you are a man or a woman. Marrying out of your class is a very big problem. My young brother is going through a problem right now as we speak. My young brother is an American citizen. He goes back to Africa and brings this hoodlum of a fucking, I'm sorry,
Yeah, and watch the language.
she's,
Hold on, Ruth.
yeah,
Watch the
I'm
language for
sorry,
me.
girl.
That's
I'm
okay. Go ahead.
sometimes, I try,
I
dear.
know. I
I'm
know.
trying to go to heaven, but I'm trying.
I know.
But anyway, my brother brings this girl here. Girl, the moment that she gets her green card, this girl flips. She starts slapping my brother so
Oh
that he
no.
can slap
What?
her back. My brother just took his keys and left the house and came to my house.
Good.
You hear me?
Good.
I told him, I said, I don't care what time it is. You need to come and knock on this door. You better knock on this door.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
This woman, my brother is at work. He comes back from work. The house is empty.
And took everything.
She, she took everything and she never worked a day.
Wow.
And now they are going through divorce.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
marry out of your class.
That's right. That's right. As
That's why,
someone in the
it's
chat said,
it's very hard for me to be in a relationship because, child, when I feel, tickling down there, I just go in the shower.
child.
I'm
Ooh,
good.
Ruth, you're gonna have to join the cutie crew. Hold on now, Ruth. You're gonna have to join the You're gonna have to join the cutie
Mm-mm.
crew, child. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. But
Okay,
look,
then.
excellent point, Ruth. Yeah, excellent points. Give me 1 second. Ebony said, I thought this is cancer. This is breast cancer awareness month, as well as domestic violence awareness month. So, Ebony, that's for you on the screen. And just because of your comment. But Ruth, you are absolutely right. I'll say prayers to your brother, even though she took everything, he got out of there, hopefully untouched mentally. And karma will always spin the block. Karma will always spin the block on people that just set out to do wrong. You know what I mean?
And you
Um,
know what? And you know what?
60 seconds, Ruth. 60 seconds. Go ahead.
And my brother called me at midnight one time crying. He said,
Uh-huh.
I have done everything for this girl. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. I told him, I said, you need to turn to God. You need to tend to God, because you calling me you're wasting time. Call on to him. He
That's
will
right.
get you out of that. My brother now, he's moving on, but he's having a hard time. But
Yeah.
I always tell him, pick up the pieces and put them together and move
All you
on.
can do. That's right.
And
That's
move
all you
on.
can do. Yeah.
And they
Ruth,
they mm,
go ahead. Go ahead, finish your
they
sentence, and we gotta get because it's after midnight, approaching midnight for some.
oh
Go ahead,
God,
Ruth.
oh God. But his father-in-law, the father to the girl,
Uh-huh.
told my brother that she has done you a favor. She is not a good child. She does not
Yeah.
even respect me as her father. So
Wow.
sometimes we cry, but it is for a good cause. Dust your feet and move on. Just move
Mm-hmm.
on. Yeah. God bless you
Excellent.
guys. God
God
bless
bless you, Ruth. And Ruth, look into joining the Cutie crew. Cause look, we let loose on Saturday nights. That's where I ain't gotta say watch the language. I ain't gotta do this. But we
you.
also share deep stories of what we've gone through and family
Mhm,
members and all of that. So I would
mhm.
love to have you there. But thank you so much,
I
Ruth.
will.
All right. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you so much, Ruth, for your commentary. I appreciate you. Patricia T said if Martell had money, he wouldn't be thinking about those kids. Totally agree. And that clip that I showed you guys earlier, Patricia T, in that scene, that's when he wouldn't even come pick the kids up when he was supposed to. Mel would have them 3-4 weeks. He was telling her just keep them, you know. So yeah, I think that it's an attempt of a money grab. I do. But we're gonna get to DG. After DG, Aunt Debbie gonna take us home. It is approaching midnight for those of you on the eastern east, not East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. And then it's approaching 11 Central, 9 my time. But DG, thank you so much for being patient. Give us your thoughts, DG, on the clapback of Melody Cherie.
Hey, everybody, chit chat.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
uh, I'm coming from a different perspective. I'm a DV prosecutor in South Carolina, so that's one
Okay.
perspective. And so I'm familiar with a lot of the court systems and how they are supposed to work. So
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to say I love the response. The response was very appropriate under their court rules. And I'm not familiar with the Alabama court rules, and I'm not licensed in that state. What I will say is that a lot of the things that we are complaining about, as far as how the court is treating this system, is because
Mm-hmm.
stuff that we see on social media has not made it into the courtroom. The judges
Mm.
not watching social media. They're not watching TikTok. They're not watching. They're only seeing what's filed on the motions,
Yeah.
and they're only seeing what is litigated in the courtroom. So the DV harassing communications, that was filed after the last hearing where it was agreed that they would have joint custody. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the early part of last year, and then Melody had the name change ceremony. Remember on the show, she said that she couldn't change her name while they had pending litigation. So when that
Mm-hmm.
litigation ended, she had the name change ceremony. She did not file for the DV harassing communications until last summer, which was after the initial court ruling. She also filed for full custody, and there was a hearing last year, December. This is a continuation of that case that she filed for full custody and for him to be held in contempt. So the
Mm-hmm.
recent filing, as it addresses him having a criminal case upcoming, that benefits Mel in several ways. One, he'll have a conviction for harassment.
Mm-hmm.
She can use that as a basis to get a permanent restraining order. Now, I'm not sure how that works in Alabama, but that definitely works here in South Carolina. The second thing is that becomes evidence in her family court case. So the
Yeah.
reason that that case continued for this month is because some of the stuff that he's alleging, he would have to testify. But because he's facing a criminal charge, he could plead the fifth, and that would not be a full litigation of the issues in the family court. So it would behoove Mel to have it continued until the criminal case is resolved, because that conviction is used against him. And it bolsters the case not only for custody, but to for getting a permanent restraining order if that's something she seeks. In the South, and you can tell from my accent, I live in the deep South. The family courts try to keep families together. They discourage divorce. They're trying to make it harder to actually get divorced. But they so discourage not involving both parents in the families. Most of the time, we're trying to make an absentee parent be involved. But when they are involved, the court tries to keep that involvement. And so with them having joint custody, the court is not inclined to, prefer one parent over the other when you have two parents who want to be involved. Unfortunately, Mel, it hurts her because he's playing the system and we see it. The judge has to hear all of the stuff that, those interviews that he's done, those videos can come in, but us just giving our opinion about what we think should happen, those videos are not evidence.
Yeah, and pause real quick for me. Because yes, we know that everything that we're talking about, all of what we talk about is alleged. But I did write that down to ask you if that could be introduced into evidence. Him on video saying that it's easy to manipulate kids and everything else that can be introduced as evidence, correct? If it's not already there, we don't know.
Yes. So in the family court case, yes, it would be admissible. And the reason it would be is because the once the criminal case is over, he's no longer facing jeopardy. And so he would either already have a conviction or it would already be adjudicated. So those videos could come in and he would have to testify in family court. And so he could authenticate that's him on video. But even if he couldn't, Queen Sheba, other people who could authenticate the videos can testify that it's true and accurate representation. They're usually admissible under a hearsay exception. And so those videos can come in. And her attorneys probably know that. And they probably have a wealth of information that have been sent to her directly and through content creators that she communicates with. So I'm sure that they have a lot of information. It's just that it has to get into the courtroom under oath through an appropriate witness. And so I just wanted to say that because the courts don't want to split the family up, but the stuff that frustrates us is that we know that he's not done the psychological evaluation. There was a hearing earlier this year that he has to comply. If he's not complied, that's a contempt action, but it also helps Mel say, see, he's not even doing what you're asking them to do that benefits the best interest of the children. And so that just gives her more ammunition and stacks the legal scales in her favor. So it's frustrating because we do see this as a dangerous situation because I've seen things like this that can escalate to physical harm and even unaliving. But we've got to trust that her attorneys have the information that they need and they need to get it to the judge. Now, I don't know anything about this particular judge and how they are elected or appointed to office. If they're popular vote elected, vote her out. If they're elected by the legislature like they are here in South Carolina, show up to the hearings and say this person's not fit. As a lawyer, we get judicial surveys every time that judges are up for election, and we can give our input, their temperament, about the things. Do we think they know the law? And we get all that input, and then there's a citizens panel that does the same thing. So there's a process that if this judge shows a clear bias, that it can be addressed appropriately. But we just can't give up on the system. The system grinds slow, but in the end, I think the right result will be that she'll have full custody and he'll just have either supervised or limited visitation. And it'll be because of his own actions and not anything that Mel did to him.
Yes, ma'am. Look, First of all, let me say thank you for dropping legal tea. Legal
Yes.
tea.
Well,
As you were talking, I wrote down what about him not adhering to the psych eval, and you said that he could be held in contempt. And it's very obvious, and it really should be that way, where courts don't want kids in the middle or don't want to take the kids from the family that should, from one parent versus the other, blah blah blah. That's the
right.
case. But what you said is what we see and what we know. He's playing the system. Martell not only is playing the system legally, but he's done the same thing right in interviews or on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want my kids. I love my kids. I'm a good dad. I'm this or that. So that's what they see and that's what they're going by, but he's playing them, as a lot of people do.
And
Go ahead,
another
DG.
another thing to piggyback off of that, there's been a lot of commentary about the guardian ad litem. Um, I know that initially there was a guardian in the original divorce case. I don't know if is a guardian in the pending custody case. There should be, because the kids are clearly, to us, it appears that they're being used as pawns by Martell. Um, but even if there isn't a guardian, those kids are in therapy. And even though therapy notes are usually confidential, there are some exceptions to confidentiality, and it particularly in family court when it relates to child custody, because again, it's the best interest of the child is what the courts are supposed to consider. And so if they are telling things to the therapist that the therapist is alarmed, the therapist has some leeway to have that addressed through the court. But
Yeah.
definitely believe the kid should have a guardian. I believe that if there is one, they should be regularly communicating with the kids and not just when
Yeah.
there's a hearing coming up. They should be meeting with them at the school. They should be seeing them in their sports, seeing them in different environments to see whether or not they're well adjusted. And so
Mm-hmm.
if they are seeing signs that gives them pause, then they put that in the report, but the guardian's report goes to the judge and the parties. And so if the guardian says, you know, I noticed that the kids appear to be nervous or anxious or whatever
Yeah.
around the father and loose and carefree around the mother,
Mhm.
that's something, and that goes in that report as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. And good night, Mary Willis. Thank you, thank you. DG, I have another question when it comes to that. I believe, well, I don't know, but there's a certain age when a kid hits a certain age, they're able to, and Lord, we hope it don't get to that, because if I'm not mistaken, Tank is 11-ish and Mariah is 12, and it could be 10, 11. I don't know. But there's a certain milestone. If the kids hit that age, they're able to be questioned in court. Is that the case for something like this? Is it like 13 or?
it varies from state to state. Now, as far as them being able to testify, if a if the judge asks them questions and they understand the difference between a truth and a lie and answering questions appropriately, and the judge feels that they understand what's going on, they can testify at any age. We
Oh,
do that with child uh, sexual assault victims all the
oh yeah.
time. Um,
Oh,
as far as being able to express a preference of which parent they want to live with in a
yeah.
custody proceeding, that also varies state by state. But Tank and Mariah are around the age where their input would be given more weight than, say, the younger two children
Hmm.
because of their age.
Yeah.
And I don't know if how Alabama weighs that, but once they get to around 12, 13, and they
Hmm.
say, want to stay with mom or I want to stay with dad, the court takes that
Hmm.
into consideration, and they will ask questions about why they feel that way to make sure that they're not being forced or pressured to pick one
Right.
over the other. But
Right.
the older two are close enough in age to where the judge can um, consider that. So,
Mhm, mhm. Thank you for answering that.
nope.
And I felt that Kathy Reese put 14. I was thinking 13-ish or something like that. But let's, I can't even say let's hope it doesn't come to that, because unfortunately dad is not willing just to accept defeat. And it never was a fight. Mel just threw in the towel. It never was a fight. She fought for the marriage. She fought for him. So with him not being able to just live in reality and put his ego to the side and really, really sit in, I caused all this, and how can we both move on for the betterment of our children? It's going to continue, unfortunately, based off of his track record. But Sonia said, I'm happy she's speaking from a legal perspective, and I'm happy as well. DG, you came up here and you made me feel a little comfort as far as even your prediction on how things may go. And look, I'm not, because I don't want to see kids without both parents, but we again, we see the track record, we see what he's continuing to do, and we just want those kids to be able to go through school peacefully. We want Mel to be able to live a peaceful life, and if it comes to that, it comes to that. But
Right.
anything else, DJ, before we get to Aunt Debbie? Anything else from you?
Just real quick. I think that he's fast approaching where I think the court will say, until you have completed X, Y, and Z as it relates to the counseling and the psyche eval, that they probably will terminate his rights until that's completed. And so the time that he might be separated from his kids is going to be in his hands. He can either do what the court has ordered, or he can not see him. So but I think that what Mel is asking for is not only full legal custody. I don't think she wants to completely cut him out of their life, but she wants the ability to allow them to film, either whether it's on this show or other shows. And that's one of the things I believe was in her filing. And I think that that's what he's really fighting for, because I mean, I remember the videos from 2 summers ago where he was questioning the kids, and they always seemed to be uneasy around him, and he was sing song responses to him as if it's been rehearsed or practiced. And when they get to court, you know, that may not be the same reaction that they do in court, and so the judge won't get to see what we've already seen out in the public. But I think that he holds the keys as to how much interaction he'll have with his children. That's going to be based on whether or not he continues to comply with the court rule or continues to defy them. So I'm hoping that regardless, I mean, I would love for him to get the help that he needs so that he can co-parent effectively and safely. But that he doesn't want to do that because he's more concerned with getting back at Mel. So
yeah. I totally agree with you. I'll say, and it's only my opinion, I don't think that is high on the list for Mel when it comes to this custody battle as far as wanting them to film. I do know as well that it was in there, but I think she wants her kids to be able to live life, like you just said, in a normal manner and not have to deal with it. And I think that based off of things that we will never know, that her kids come back and tell her, or things that she's experiencing that we don't know right now. That's what she wants. She deserves full custody. And yeah, enough is enough. We tired. Is Winner Woman Land in the chat? Hey, Winner. Winner, they told me yesterday I need to go watch your video. One of them, I believe, from yesterday or this week. I'm going to do that. But thank you for stopping through. Another content creator as well as established woman. I got a little piece of what you were speaking on. And basically, you went through some of the same things, dealing with a ex-husband and a narc and sad chick and all of that. So prayers going up, and thank God, Winner, you are out of that. You and your new boo. I don't know how new looks amazing. And if you guys are not subscribed to Winner or any of the other content creators that I mentioned, please make sure to subscribe to them. DG, I wish you can see me. I got my hands in a praying position and I'm bowing to you. Thank you for coming up here and giving us this legal perspective. And I hope that you'll click the link on other lives. I appreciate you.
No problem. I've been in the Let Loose Lounge a few times in the chat, but yeah.
Yes. Quit being spectator, girl, and click that link. But thank you, DG. Yes, and you are a Cutie Crew sister. You've been around for quite some time. So thank you. And look, we got 2 days before Aunt Debbie goes for her surgery. And I had to hear Aunt Debbie tonight, her perspective on things. And I know you guys want to as well. Before I bring Aunt Debbie up, if you guys can put some praying emojis in the chat for Aunt Debbie for her surgery this coming Friday. Aunt Debbie, we know you're going to hit that thing right on out of the ballpark and you're going to rest. Now, I'll be contacting your daughter and texting everybody because I just need to know that you're okay after. But we want you to heal properly. Take your time. Don't try to get out here slanging and banging after. Get your proper rest. But before, we want to hit a before. Aunt Debbie, I want your thoughts on Mel's response to Mr. Martell Holt. I love you, and you know I'm praying for you.
Well, I'm glad she responded. You know, she not taking this line down and she not letting him get away and just do what he want to do. Mel is in a fight, and she knows she is. Because there's nothing else she can do. There's nothing else she can do but fight. And you know, I agree with DG. I'm so glad she came up here and gave a proper perspective from a
legal,
you know, a perspective on it. So I'm glad she did that. Martell needs to be stopped. You know, he doing too much. He trying to just, like you say, maneuver in the courts, just do what he want to do, have his way. But he not doing nothing that he's supposed to be doing. But he over there telling me what other people should be doing. And this is a way to deflect. I'm gonna say she did this, so I don't go do this for me. And I'm gonna tell y'all that's gonna play out. Martell need to stop. He need to get himself together and stop. Just stop. Get a job. Get you some help. Get your mental together. And no, I'm not praying for him. He needs to pray for himself. He needs to do the work with God, not me for him.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see that. Martell is so jealous. He did all of this. He ran to that court because he saw her having a good time with the kids. She's doing things he can't do. So he feels bad. And he's jealous of it. And he don't want them kids to enjoy life. What kind of person is that don't want to see their own kids enjoy a good time with their mother?
Yeah.
You know, that's a strange being there. That's a strange being, you know. So Martell will get what's coming to him. You know, just keep on running down to them courts. One day you're gonna walk in, but you won't walk out.
You better say it.
So, you know, Martell need to go sit down and go work on himself and stop working on other people and running around with all this junk he doing. That was harassment. You could see that.
Yeah.
You know, that's jealousy. Go on with that. That lady been gone 5 years. You still think she holding your last name. She got rid of your name. Separating herself from you. There's no way you could put it back together. So get real with yourself. It's over. It's just over. And let it be. Grow up. Look at your children. Look what you're doing to them. She got them in therapy to help them. And then you over there messing up the work that the therapist is doing with them. How can they grow and get over it if you keep on putting them through the same trauma?
That's right. Re-victimizing them.
He need to stop. He need to stop. You know, those are kids. They beautiful kids. Stop, Martell. Just stop. You know, I hope when he go to court on that revenge P, I hope they give him some more time so he can think. And from there, whatever happens in the family court, I hope she get full custody and can move on with her life once and for all. And he needs a lifetime restraining order on him. A lifetime.
Yeah.
Leave that lady alone. Let her live her life. Let her enjoy her children when she with them. When you have them, she not over there talking about what you doing, looking through the people windows and all this kind of crazy stuff. She not doing that. And you shouldn't be allowed to do it either. So go on now, Martell, go sit down somewhere. Leave her alone. When she have the kids, if she's going to TikTok to work and she's taking them with them just so they could see how hard work pays off, you should be glad.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the reason you not is because you haven't had nobody to do that with you when you were a child. You know, don't deprive the children because you were deprived as a child. Want better and do better for your children. And that's what he should be doing.
And Aunt Debbie, don't deprive them and make them suffer because little Miles Morales' mom is not showing him the same examples. So since he got a child that can't live the way the others, I think he wants them all to be in the same boat. No. They got a mom that's a boss, that's been a boss, that has continued on and provided them of the lifestyle that they were born into while she was married to him. So no, we don't have to suffer now and get down here with AC and Miles Morales. No, you know. But go ahead, Aunt Debbie. Shout out to the 1.18587, close to 1.2. We was at almost 1.3. I appreciate you guys for joining me for this late night live. Go ahead, Aunt Debbie, and then we out of here.
If Martell want that baby to have a good lifestyle, then he should get a job and work hard so that child can have a decent lifestyle. Male don't have nothing to do with that. That's on him. He made that child. You want that child to have some things, get up and work and do some things. Make it happen. You know, you can't hold male responsible for that child's life. She has nothing to do with that, and neither do her children. And they shouldn't be made to suffer because he don't have.
That's right.
He got two parents, and both of them got working arms and legs. Get to work.
That's right. That's right.
You know that, and you know, he's doing. He done lost his mind, and to me, and this is allegedly my opinion, he is unhinged, and he really needs that psyche valve, and he know he does. That's why he won't take it. And then he thinks there's nothing wrong with him. He think what he says is gold. It's not. It's not. You're not right, Martell. You're not right. And what you're doing is not right. And, you know, I just think he should go get himself together, take some time, go get some rest, you know, go to one of them rest places where they rest and have therapy and massages and meditation and all that stuff. Go there and stay there about 5 or 10 years. You'll be all right.
Yeah, not 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, and get some medicine while you're there. You be all right. Go on down somewhere.
Oh, child.
Martell is in the way of progress. Mel doing everything she can to give those kids everything that they need. And either he's part of the solution or the problem. So we need to rid the problem and step into the solution. And she's done that by getting them therapy. So that means he needs to fall back and let them kids get that healing and get what they need. If you love them, you want the best for them. And you'll want to get help for yourself so you can be the best for your children.
That's right.
So go on over there and get some help now. They done gave you a cycle that I told you to go take it. Go on now. Go on over there and do that. Work on yourself. And leave Mel alone. Cause Mel work hard. She take care of her children. She not asking you for nothing. That's a blessing right there.
Yeah. That's right.
So go get yourself together, sir. Get you some help. Sit down and have a talk with the good Lord and let him steer you in the right direction. Just take some time for yourself.
Yeah. Excellent advice on that. Excellent advice. We tied. We tied.
Do it for the public.
Yeah, do it for us. Shit. We really want you to just focus on your kids and give Mel and the children peace. But damn, can we get some too? Do it for us.
Right.
This picture that I have of him on the screen, you should be tired of looking like this, sir. The screenshot of this, he was thinking of a master plan or something. What could I come up with? Throw in the damn towel. And like Aunt Debbie said, just stop. Stop. Aunt Debbie said he needs to stop and get real with himself, and he does. And I think that he will feel like a ton of bricks have been lifted from his shoulder. There should be no fight. We've seen Mel clip from earlier in this live, and we will continue to see as we watch the flashbacks. We've seen her still want the best for him. Didn't want the courts involved, didn't want anything, but she does have a right to continue to fight. And like I said, I don't think that, and I know it's not, and I don't think anyone else thinks that that's her main fight. I just want them on TV. No, she wants them to have peace, but you damn Skippy. I want to be able to post my own children on social media. You damn Skippy if you over there posting Miles Morales at the Spider-Man movie premiere and all of that and didn't even have your other damn son with you at the time. But no, my kids got to stay in the dark. We're not going to have that. I'll fight to my last day. We're not going to have that. You're not going to showcase one and I can't showcase mine. It's just not going to happen. Ariane and Aunt Debbie, we're going to end this. I got some words for you before I get done. Ariane, you take your ass on some damn well. If you are out here cackling, and if you feel like you getting the last laugh, it better be against Martell. Because I know damn well you still not trying to go at the wife. I'm going to call her the wife because that's what she was when you allowed yourself to get involved in the mix. There is no fight. You could never make Mel, you could never humble her. Never. It'll take you another lifetime to get where she's been. This girl been doing this thing since her 20s. And she, as well, needs to just stop. She needs to get real with herself, too. Both of them. Leave Mel alone. Damn. And let these kids have a normal life. Let this mama have a normal life. It's my daughter's birthday. I should be able to post happy birthday to my daughter. Or the daughter wins a tennis tournament. I should be able to post that. It's all about control. And he ain't going to be happy until somebody controlling his ass, just like they doing that billionaire Diddy. What a miserable life. I know he going through it every day. To go from mansions and yachts and tailor-made suits and cooks and everybody waiting on your every beck and call to guard. Can I make a call? Guard. Diddy wanted to be in control of every damn thing. And guess what? Now he's in control. Now somebody else has control of him. And Martell, you shouldn't want that for yourself, but that's where your ass is headed. That's where you're headed. I'm not going to say where else you could be headed, but you mess with the wrong person, your ass could be headed somewhere else. So he really, really should stop. And look, I think Mel is we know she's not playing. When she brought up the charges with the revenge P and all of that, things that she wouldn't have done, and she came out of her mouth and said she wouldn't do it. But you got this bird out here talking about it. This bird saying my cousin saw it, my sister saw it, he wanted me to do it. You damn Skippy, your ass about to get a charge for that, sir. And if anything else, let the bird come out and chirp some more. Because I'm gonna take your ass for that as well. So yeah, she's tired. And we just want her to have complete victory. And if that means full custody, which is I want her to have full custody because I want her to have one of her wishes that she mentioned. She want to move the hell up out of Huntsville. And I promise you I want her up out of there. Because goddamn it, excuse me, Lord. If I'm at Publix and I happen to see AC in the next aisle, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. So I want her away from anything that, you know what I'm saying, can remove her off of her throne. Mariah Huck said, don't come down off your chariot or whatever to throw tomatoes. And we've seen Mel just try and try and try. But don't get it twisted. She got it in her. But she knows that that's what they want, you know. So congratulations in advance to Mel. I am happy to see that she countered the bullshit, but she shouldn't have had to. Because that Negro was sitting at home mad, looking at that live, mad, looking at her take the kids to Florida, and all he could do is take them to Chick-fil-A for a damn shake or some shit. It's not her fault. It's not their fault. It's your fault. That was once you, sir. That was all you. Wife, kids, one home, beautiful home, mansion, businesses, money. You can't blame nobody. But the chick that didn't have enough respect for herself to say, sir, take your married ass home. And if you, like me, as much as you say that you do, get a divorce and then holler at me. So he ain't got, nobody to blame but him. And he didn't believe fat meat is greasy, and Mel let him know. Oh, it's greasy. So continue to get greasy, Mel. Let them attorneys do what they need to do. Introduce evidence. If you ever hear this and you need it, we will get all the evidence that's needed. Shout out to DG for coming up here and introducing the legal side of it for us. I appreciate you. It lifted my spirits. I hope that it lifted you all's as well. We gonna keep hope alive. That's what we gonna do. Shout out to Roof Child. Roof came up here dropping all type of F-bombs. Roof is tired, okay? Just like the rest of us. Good Bad Apple, I love you. LaDawn, love you. Gigi, love you. And Aunt Debbie, I don't have to say it, but I love you. I love you. I love you. I do hope, though, tomorrow you take a breather, prepare yourself for what's to come on Thursday. Thank you for your wisdom, Aunt Debbie. It's really, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 words filled with wisdom tonight when it comes to Martell. Just stop and get real with yourself. Wisdom. So we thank you for that. This banner, from the first time that Aunt Debbie ever clicked my link, I created it instantly because she gives it raw. She can get hood and street now. She can get hood, but she gives it real and raw air time. And we love you, Aunt Debbie. We're praying for you. Um, Make sure to give your daughter my number if you haven't already. I will be reaching out Friday evening just to make sure that everything went okay as far as your procedure, but you got this. God got you, and we can't wait to have you back out here. But we do want you to rest and heal. Any words you want to say before we get out of here, Aunt Debbie? We love you. Put some more praying emojis in the chat for our auntie. I was about to be selfish and say mine, but put some prayer emojis in the chat on our way out for Aunt Debbie, guys. Please. Go ahead, Aunt Debbie. Take us out.
I love all you guys. And I just thank y'all for praying for me as I do for y'all. Let's keep Mel and her children lifted in prayer. You know,
Yes.
victory is mine, said the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be victorious. Now go on, Miss Wanda and Tisha with that thick tongue won't let me talk. You know, she's got a great perspective. Mel doing what she got to do. She defending herself.
I'm sorry, Aunt Debbie. Go ahead.
She defending her children, and you
Yeah.
can't blame her for that. Now she doing what she got to do. Martell, gone on over there. You wanted that family over there. You got it. Be
That's
happy.
right.
Be happy and work for that family. Stop with all of this and work for that family. You know, because you don't look like you're doing nothing to elevate that family over there. But you say you're a good dad, but you're not working to take care of your children or your child over there. You want him to have certain things, but I don't see you getting out to provide them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you say you're a good dad works hard
Yeah.
so their children can have what they need. So get on up, Martell. It ain't gonna hurt you. Get on out there and get some work and get it done. Make it happen, Captain. That's all I
That's
got to
it.
say to him.
Make it happen, Captain. Chi-town lingo. Make it happen, Captain. And look, I've always said Lil Miles Morales is innocent. Innocent. But I'm a little selfish in this moment. Work hard for them Eminem kids first. They was here first. Work hard. Let Ariane get her ass out there. I'm sorry, Lord. Forgive me. I got prayer emojis all in the chat, and I'm coming back to be messy. But take care of what was really, really affected. Miles was born into this. And I'm not saying don't take care of him. But yeah, I'll just say this. We want you to work for them all. But I want you to give them first four by mail some peace. Get them babies some peace. So that's it, guys. What a wonderful live. I thought it was gonna be a power hour, but we had 2 hours and 36 minutes. It is 12:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:38 Central Standard Time, and 9:38 my time, Pacific Standard Time. But you guys rock with me this whole live. Right now, 11:11 is on the screen. It was on mine. It was 11:11 people watching, 1,111 that was watching. So that's promising
Oh,
as well.
that's
We know.
Mel's number, right?
Right, that's what I was just about to say. That's promising and an excellent way to end the live because that is Mel's number 1111. So I feel like that's God child sending another sign that everything gonna be okay for her. Shout out to the content creators that was in the building. Shout out to my cutie mods. Those of you that will be
Good
on Patreon.
night.
Good night, LaDuan. Those of you that'll be on Patreon tomorrow, we will be watching Football Wives. I believe I said 7 Central, and it may be 8 Central. I'll let you guys know throughout the day, but the first watch party for that will be for both Cutie Crew and Patroni Cuties. But I love you, Aunt Debbie. Thank you so much. Get you some rest. Okay. And
Okay.
give me a call tomorrow night. I know you may have a lot of last minute things to do, but please give me a call tomorrow evening or whenever you get a chance. If it's afternoon, it don't matter. But I want to hear your voice and have a last little conversation before your surgery on Friday. Okay.
Okay. Good night, and I
Good
love
night.
you.
Love you too, Aunt Debbie. Don't eat after midnight tomorrow. You know I'm bossy, child. I don't even know that has to be the doctor's order. So I'm just telling you in advance. But I love you, Aunt Debbie. Get some rest, okay?
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. To the chat. Thank you guys so much. Shout out again to the sponsors of this live tonight: Mary Willis, Flojo, Ali Netta, and let me scroll up. And Daughter of Israel is right here on my screen. Thank you guys for the extra love and support via Super Chat, Super Sticker, Cash App. I appreciate you. Shout out to the cutie mods. Thank you guys so much for manning the chat. And to all of you cuties, thank you so much. for joining me tonight. Excellent discussion on the panel and in the chat. So I appreciate you guys, and I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. 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 Chit chat with QT.